Hey everyone, welcome to this slow flow class. Today's class we're going to be kind of winding down, so nice slow movements, and we will end with a few yin style holds, so a little more passive holds to really wind down. Great after a long day, or if you just feel like you're a little up in your head and you need to ground and slow down a little bit. For today's practice, you might like to have a block and a bolster, or if you don't have a block, just a couple of cushions will do the job. Likewise, if you don't have a bolster, you could grab a couple of pillows from your bed. To begin with, we don't need the props. We're just going to start in a seat. If you do like to sit up on your block though, or on a cushion, you're very welcome to. We're just going to start in a comfortable seat. You could be kneeling or you could be cross-legged. Let your hands relax wherever feels comfy, sitting up nice and tall. And then relax your gaze, let your eyelids become a little heavier. And soften the expression on your face. Take a nice full breath in through your nose, filling all the way up just to where's comfortable. Open your mouth and let it sigh out. Another big inhale, feel the energy gathering up in the body. Complete exhale, feel it all release. One more time, big breath in. And release. Beautiful. Letting your awareness arrive into your body. And just having a little look around. Noticing what's going on, what sensations are present. Anywhere that you feel a little tense or niggly, or like you're clenching or holding on too tightly. Likewise, anywhere that you feel nice and soft and relaxed, spacious and open. Taking it all in without any judgment. There's no right or wrong or good or bad. We're just having a little look around in our inner landscape. Notice what's going on in your mind. If it's feeling rather chatty after a long day, or if you're feeling a little foggy or frazzled. Or maybe you're feeling nice and clear and quiet. Again, no right, wrong, good or bad. We're just taking it all in. And can you begin to settle into your natural breath? So a breath that comes with ease, without force. Breathing through your nose if that's available to you today. And just allowing the breath to slowly start to smooth out and steady out. So nice steady breath in and out of the nostrils. Beautiful. Let's bring hands to rest on your knees if they're not already there. We'll start with some seated cat-cow stretches and breaths. So as you inhale, start to draw your heart forward, your shoulders back, shoulder blades together. As you lift your chest, maybe you lift your gaze slightly. And then as you exhale, start to round through your back, round through your shoulders and chin towards your chest. So you can use your hands on your knees to assist you as you do this. So inhale, pulling the knees in, draw the heart forward, lift your gaze. Exhale to round. Take 3 more full breaths like this. Inhale, open through your whole front body. And exhale as you round. Can you feel that space you're creating between your shoulder blades, the back of your heart and lungs? 2 more. I want you to get really immersed in your own breath, letting it guide your pace completely. Last one, not worrying if I'm moving a little faster or slower than you. There's no harm in taking an extra breath or one less breath. Exhale 2 rounds. Beautiful. Come back to neutral. With your right hand, bring it to the left side of your head. Gently, we're drawing right ear towards right shoulder. You can keep your left hand where it is so you can bring it down to the mat beside you. We're not pushing the head, we're just gently guiding it, holding it there so we get a bit of a stretch down the left side of the neck. But if you want a little bit more, you might come right up onto left fingertips and walk the fingers away. Again, nice gentle breaths here. And then just walk your hand around a little towards the back of your head. You're still kind of on the left side though. And we'll draw the chin down towards the chest or the right collarbone, just a little. Letting that stretch wrap around to the back of your neck. You can keep walking those left fingertips away, or you can relax the arm completely. Beautiful. And then gently release your head as you come back to center. Left hand comes to the right side of the head, and gently drawing left ear towards the left shoulder. Choosing if you want to keep your right hand in your lap or on your leg, or maybe down to the mat. And if you want a little more sensation, you can walk right fingertips away and just notice how it feels on the right side compared to the left. Practicing non-judgment. We are not symmetrical beings. We tend to favor one side of the body. So one side naturally holds more tension than the other. So we can adjust and modify as we need. And just walk those fingers or hand around to the back of the head slightly as you draw your chin down towards your left collarbone. And keep right hand where it is so you can relax the arm. Beautiful. Gently release, bringing both hands down. Bring your head back to center. Let's make our way into hands and knees to a tabletop position. Beautiful. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Knees are underneath your hips. We'll take a few cat-cow movements, but we're going to rock a little forward and back here as we do. So as you inhale, belly drops down, lift your tailbone and your heart and start to shift your weight forward nice and slow. Feel into your arms and your wrists as you do this. You don't have to push too far, but we want a little stretch through the forearms. As you exhale, press the mat away, round through your back and draw your hips back towards your heels like you're coming into a child's pose, but we'll keep it a little bit more active, reaching those arms forward. Nice. Again, inhale, pull your heart forward. Shoulders come just past the wrists. Exhale as you round and press back toward child's pose. Can you take 3 more of those? Move with your breath. It might be a little subtle movement, or it might be bigger and more exaggerated, depending on how you're feeling in your body today. So please modify or adjust if you need to make this a little more gentle or a little bit stronger today. Keeping that nice steady breath, 1 more round. Come back up to your tabletop neutral spine. Can you extend your, let's go left leg back, point the toes down, pressing the heel away. Beautiful. Take a nice big breath in, keep pressing it back. As you exhale, draw your knee in towards your chest or your nose. Inhale, extend back. Exhale, knee towards your left elbow. Exhale, extend it back. Inhale, knee towards your right elbow or forearm across the body. Inhale, extend it back, and then place that foot down behind your right foot. You might swing your right foot off the mat as you reach your left arm up towards the ceiling, peeling up, coming into this side plank. Beautiful. And then reach that left arm towards the back of the mat, towards your back leg. And as you inhale, we're going to circle the arm all the way down. You might trace fingertips across the mat. Peel the arm up and over your head. And then exhale, reaching, completing that circle, reaching all the way back. And inhale as you come down, semicircle. And then exhale to complete the circle. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, nice big rotation of the shoulder. And exhale. Let's bring the left hand down to the mat. Swing your right foot back around behind you. We'll lift that left leg up again. Draw your knee in towards your chest, and we'll step the foot through in between the hands. Come right up onto your fingertips. We'll inhale, look forward, lift your heart and your gaze. And then exhale, start to straighten through front leg. You might walk hands back towards you, peel the toes back. Hands come forward, inhale, lunge back in, lift your heart, look forward. And exhale as you come back, half splits. One more time like that. Inhale to come forward. Exhale to rock back, hold here, 3 breaths. And you find a little bit more length in your spine. Shift your gaze forward of that front foot. And bringing right fingertips to the mat, or you might even grab your block and place it under your right hand. We'll peel the left arm up towards the ceiling, reaching up. Take another full breath in. Exhale as you release. You can pop your block to the side, bend back into your front knee. Hands come to the inside of your foot as you heel toe that left foot out nice and wide. Turn the toes out. Tuck your back toes, lift the knee. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Coming into your yogi squat. You can come down low if that's comfy, or you can keep hips up high, we're just going to shift weight a little from side to side. You can use your hands to support you here. And then we're going to come back to tabletop. So just stepping one leg back, bring the knee down. Other leg back, bring the knee down, bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. And this time we'll extend right leg back, toes point down. Press back through the sole of the foot. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, draw your knee in towards your chest or your nose. Exhale, or inhale, sorry, extend. Exhale, knee towards your right elbow. Inhale, extend back. Exhale, knee crosses the body over towards left elbow or forearm. Inhale back. Plant the right foot down behind the left. We'll swing left foot off the mat. Right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Reach your right arm toward the back of the mat. And as you inhale, semicircle, sweeping the fingertips across the mat, reaching back up and over your head. And as you exhale, reaching back over, completing the circle. Take 2 more full circles. Inhale. And exhale. Don't worry if your inhale and exhale is the opposite to mine, as long as you're breathing here. 1 more big circle. We'll bring right hand back down to the mat. Swivel that left foot back behind you. Lift your right leg up and we'll step the foot through in between your hands. Coming right up onto fingertips. Lift your heart. Look forward. Inhale. Exhale into your half splits. You can walk the hands back. Peel the toes back towards you. Inhale as you come forward. Lift your heart and your gaze. Exhale as you come back. 1 more time, forward, inhale. Exhale, come back. Holding here, 3 breaths. Nice long spine, keeping it active. Coming into our twist, you may like a block under your left hand or come to your left fingertips. We'll inhale, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling, peeling open. Stay for your exhale. And we'll take another big breath in. Exhale to release. Bend back into your front knee. Bring your hands to the inside of your foot. Heel toe that right foot out nice and wide. Toes point out. Tuck your back toes. Lift the knees. Step your left hand to the outside of your left hand. Sitting back down into your yogi squat. And again, a little shifting of weight from side to side. Not worrying too much about how deep you come into this. Beautiful. And then using your hands as support, we're going to slowly lift the hips up. Heel toe your feet in. We don't want them too narrow. You can keep them a little bit wider than hip width. Keep a really nice big bend through your knees. We'll take first just a halfway lift, hands to shins. Long spine, draw your shoulders away from your ears. Stay here for your exhale, find a little more length. Another big breath in. As you exhale, soften your knees a little more, folding forward. We're going to come into our longer hold here, so a forward fold, but we're going to support ourselves. So it's a little more of a yin-style dangling pose. So you might like to have your bolster underneath your hands here, or block underneath your hands. Really big, generous bend through your knees. So you can allow your belly to come to rest toward your thighs and the top of your head to be nice and heavy. So it doesn't matter how close or far you are from the ground. Let your hands feel supported though. They might be draping on the mat, or the bolster, or pillows can feel really nice underneath as well. I'm going to be here for about 10 breaths or so. So allowing yourself to really settle in. Each exhale finding a little bit more release and softness through your body. So finding that gentle and easy breath for you. About 5 or so more breaths. Letting your head become heavier and heavier. Take one last full breath in. Open your mouth, let it sigh out. Bring your hands to press down on your bolster or on your mat. We'll take another halfway lift here, so nice and gentle. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Stay for your exhale. I want you to heel to your feet out nice and wide again. Turn your toes out. Bring your heels in and we'll sink back down into our squat. Beautiful. But this time I invite you to bring your block underneath you, or maybe your bolster or cushions, just something so that you can sit on it. You choose the depth. Might be on its medium height, might be on its lowest height. Knees out nice and wide. So you're in your squat, but you're supported here. Make any little adjustments that you need to. You might like to have your bolster in front of you here as well, because I invite you to really soften this pose. So really allow your upper body to round here. Your forearms can rest maybe on your bolster or cushions, and the top of your head can be nice and heavy. So we're taking the effort out of this pose. Not to say that it's easy, but we're supporting ourselves a little more. And again, we'll take 10 or so full breaths here. Each exhale finding just a fraction more release of anything that you're holding on to. Finding your breath and following it, allowing yourself to be completely caught up and immersed in your own breath. About halfway through, another 5 full breaths. Take one last big breath in. Open your mouth and let it sigh out. You slowly start to lift your head up. Bring your hands to press back down into your bolster or your mat. You can walk your feet in a little bit closer towards you. We're going to come back to that halfway lift. So slowly shift your weight forward. We're going to lift the hips up. Heel toe your feet in just a little bit more narrow. You can pop your block to the side. Take a halfway lift as you inhale, nice long spine. Stay for your exhale. One more big breath in. And exhale, soften your knees and fold. We're going to step back to tabletop, so hands to the mat. Step one leg back, bring the knee down. And step the other leg back, bring the knee down. Beautiful. Coming into a pigeon pose here. We'll lead with the left leg. We're going to extend the left leg back first, lengthen. And then draw the left knee forward. Bring your right foot behind your right wrist. Your left foot behind your right wrist. Your left knee behind your left wrist. And then you'll just extend that right leg back a little bit more here. So I'm going to give you a couple of options here for this one. I'm going to take a really restorative version, which you're welcome to take along with me. If you know where you're going with this and you know how you like to prop yourself, you're welcome to come straight there. I'm going to take my bolster and I'm going to slide it in underneath my left hip and underneath my right thigh. So I've got this support resting the top of my right thigh and my left hip completely on it. I'm going to take a nice big breath in, and then I'm going to come to fold forward. You might like to rest your forearms on a block or your elbows on a block, resting your head. Some of you might come all the way down, resting your head on your block or your hands or your mat. If you don't like this version with the bolster underneath you, you can absolutely remove it. You can prop under your hip with a blanket or a block. And you might instead like to have the bolster underneath your arms or your chest. So plenty of different ways to take this. This is just a little bit more supportive or restorative for the hips. You choose. And from here, we'll take another 10 full breaths. Each exhale, letting go a little bit more of any tension, any stress or effort, or simply anything you don't need to be holding on to. We'll take another 5 breaths. Take one last big breath in and let it sigh out. Gently lifting your head up as you bring your hands back onto the mat. You might like to remove any props from underneath you. You can leave them there if you think you can get around it. We're going to come back to a tabletop, so I'm just going to leave my bolster where it is. Come back to tabletop. And then extend your right leg back, lengthen. And then draw your right knee forward, right knee behind your right wrist, and right foot behind the left wrist. So you might remove the bolster altogether and then bring it back if that's a little bit easier. You can extend left leg back a little more. So if you're staying propped here like me, you might have that bolster underneath your right hip, supporting also your left front of the thigh. Or maybe you choose to have the bolster underneath your chest. We'll take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, coming down, again, taking it nice and slow. This side might feel different to the other side. So you might need to prop yourself up a little higher or take a little more time. Make any little adjustments that you need and settle into stillness. From here, taking 10 or so full breaths. Each breath out, releasing a little bit more. Take one last big breath in. Let it sigh out. Moving slowly, hands come to the mat as you lift yourself up. Just enough to remove any props from underneath you. We'll come back into that tabletop. And then bring your knees out nice and wide, big toes towards each other as you come to settle into a child's pose. Sinking hips back towards your heels. You might like to use the bolster here or you might not. Up to you. If you are, you can draw it in between your legs. And then slowly start to fold forward over it, letting your head rest to one side. Again, letting go of any effort. Letting yourself be completely focused on your own breath. Let your shoulders relax, your arms be heavy, your hips sinking back toward your heels. They don't have to touch. You might flip your head to the other side for your final 5 or 6 breaths. Take one last big breath in and let it sigh out. Press your palms down to the mat as you slowly start to peel yourself up away from your bolster. And here you might like to pause the video to pop on a guided shavasana, or you might like to pop on a song or a timer instead and allow yourself at least a few minutes to rest in stillness. But if you would like to come out with me, you can find a comfortable seat. Bring your hands together before your heart. Take a nice full breath in, filling all the way up. Open your mouth and a long sigh out. Gently bow your head towards your hands. A moment of thanks to yourself for showing up and doing something just for you. Thank you for letting me guide you. I hope you're feeling good. And I'll see you again soon. Thank you.